Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Ascoli, the Inventress. My business is Inventing A to Z. At Inventing A to Z, I work with clients to take their products from concept to fruition, from a napkin idea all the way to the marketplace and everything in between, the right way. If you want to contact me, email me, lisa@inventingatoz.com. My website, inventingatoz.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Ascoli, the Inventress. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. This is Lisa Ascoli, the Inventress. Welcome to the Inventors Podcast. And thank you for coming back every week. And we try to bring on the most incredible business owners, entrepreneurs, inventors, and just well-rounded people. And today I'm so excited to introduce to you a really amazing woman. She is CEO and founder of Longshot Production. She does a whole lot of things, production-wise, entrepreneur-wise. She elevates people by producing them on her show and just helping a whole host of women and men develop their products by showcasing what they do as an amazing producer. I am pleased to introduce Lisa Marie Latino. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, girl?
Just living the life in quarantine.
Living the best life, doing a lot of moisturizing of your skin, right? Fixing those
I should be
nails.
doing more of that. I wish I was, using this time for a lot of self-care, but I think much like yourself, it's just been go, go, go and very busy and just trying to reinvent yourself and keep ahead of all of this craziness and keeping relevant.
100%.
So
I was being 100% facetious because my nails are like, I won't even say what they look like. Doing a lot of head ties and doing a whole lot of work and just trying to keep ahead of the game. But I hope you're all healthy and well, and I know you're hunkering down with your family. How's that going?
It's going good. We live in Jersey City, so we have the beautiful view of New York City right in our backyard, and we have been taking long walks and just soaking all of that in. But really, I wish I had more time again to do that because I just have really taken this time to, rebranding and retooling and growing and creating and inventing, I guess, different ways to keep the companies relevant and to kind of position ourselves so when we do break out of this, we are top of mind for everybody's video needs.
100%. I love the way you put that because we have to be. And I think so many people are so ready to jump. They're jumping out of their skin. They're ready to get back to the workforce in a more creative way, whether they're entrepreneurs or working for corporations.
Absolutely.
And I know that you do that. I can hear that in your voice, Lisa. You're always so ready.
Yeah, well, you have to be. And especially, I think now is really the important time because I feel when things open up, it's going to be off to the races, albeit in a different way, I think. I think in some ways even better because one of the things that everybody has had to acclimate and learn is Zoom video conferencing. I mean, I think gone are the days of wasting half a day in a car to take a meeting with somebody who lives, or works 45 minutes away. Now you can just do a Zoom. Everybody knows how to work the technology.
Yes.
Everybody has gotten over their fear of what they look like over video conferencing. We've seen everybody's living rooms. We've seen everybody without makeup. We've heard everybody's kids. So that is now and I'm excited for that.
I am too.
I feel like now I can be more productive with my day than just, again, being in the car.
Well put, Lisa. And I have to tell you, I mean, we're both living kind of the same type of running life. And
Yeah.
I'm so used to just getting in the car and going to conferences and speaking engagements and, workshops. And I've even come to your studio, and which I loved. And
Thank you.
but we think about how much time we do spend in the car and how much time we do spend preparing. And I mean, not that we're less ill prepared now, we're more prepared. And I have to tell you, and what you said, I have to echo what Mario Cuomo said this morning. We are we're going to be better at what we did before. We're going to
Yeah.
be so much better acclimated, well prepared, because we've learned from the things we were not doing before. My sister works at she's corporate America. She works for a bank, but now she's working from home. She said, Lisa, I just realized I spend 4 hours a day between preparing for work, coming home from work, driving in the car, traffic, etc. No, I think we're in a really good place, and a lot of people are um, becoming better entrepreneurs, better corporate people, because even the spaces where they work are saying, you know what, maybe you should work at home, or in a place closer to your home a couple of hours a day instead of the 40-hour a week schedule. We're in a different
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, and I love that. And you touched on it. All of a sudden now, everybody is an entrepreneur, right? You have to be inventive with how you're spending your time. Quarantine could be a drag. It can get depressing. So you have to come up with different ways to just get by. And that is the entrepreneurial spirit. And yeah, I love that what you said about the corporations as well, because corporate America is so stringent in their policies.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, a whole new world has opened up for them.
They
And
didn't know. This is
yeah,
new.
it's
All
new.
of this
We
is
knew,
new.
being entrepreneurs, we knew. It's like, hello, where you been?
Exactly.
But corporate America had to catch up, and this forced their hand. And I think people are going to be able to achieve better work-life balance because of this. And that's
Absolutely.
exciting.
And I love that you said work-life balance, because it is spending more time with your family. Being
Yep.
able to, whether it's 3 days a week or 2 days a week working from home, and being able to utilize your time more efficiently and effectively. A lot of people are telling me I work corporate America, and I'm working a 12-hour day. When I'm
Yep.
working from my home office, I get the same amount of work done in 4 hours. Four
Yep.
hours, and then I work on my personal business.
Exactly.
Without jipping, what they're doing from work. They're getting all of the same work done. Um,
Yep.
but I want to segue a little bit, Lisa, and I want to ask you. I'm so impressed with what you do. I love you. We're like namesake, Lisa Marie and Lisa Marie. And I just want to ask you how you got started in your first business, because I think you have several businesses, and you make them all work. How you got started with your production company.
Yeah.
Long shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So from a very young age, I would say first, second grade, I always wanted to be in media. And that was always what I worked toward in school, which is why, I hated half the subjects, because I'm like, I'm never going to use math. I'm never going to use science. This is a waste of time. I know where I'm going to be when I grow up, right?
Wow.
But I always worked toward that goal. I wanted to be a sideline reporter, actually, because I love the New York Giants, and I wanted to be on TV talking to them and talking to the players, and that was the goal. When I was in college, I interned for WFAN Sports Radio in their promotion and marketing department. And that was because I was too young to be in production.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I'm like, well, I don't really want to be in marketing, but that actually was step one in my entrepreneurial journey, because I realized the fun it was to plan events and plan campaigns and executing them and being the face of the brand and of the radio station. And I really enjoyed that side of it. and being friendly with the players and the hosts. And I realized that maybe I don't want to be doing like hard sports news, because I would rather be their friends and work on fun stuff. So that kind of started my thinking a little differently. I ended up getting hired by WFAN in working in promotions, marketing, and production. So I was going to school while working for the biggest sports talk radio station in the country.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was so much fun. I was 20 years old, running around Manhattan. It was so fun. And then my senior year of college, I was interning for WB, or not WB, whatever, what was it called? Channel 9, My 9, in their sports department newsroom. And that opened my eyes to making me realize I did not want to work in that kind of environment, which is kind of hard if you're going to be a sideline reporter, right? But I just didn't like how insulated I felt, how everybody had their own box that they had to fit in, and heaven forbid you go and try and do something else or entrepreneurial. I was treated as, quote, just an intern. And the sports writers were just the right. And I'm like, I don't like that, because I like to do so many different things. So that was another big clue. And then one of my professors at Montclair State, my alma mater, was a man by the name of Steve Adubato. Steve has been a mainstay in New Jersey media for decades.
Yes.
And he taught a class called The Art of the Interview. And we just connected. He ended up tapping me to be a production assistant for his shows, Caucus and One-on-One with Steve Adubato. So
that's incredible, Lisa.
Yeah, so my last semester of college, I was working at WFAN, interning at My 9 News, and then working on Steve's shoots. So it was very, very busy.
Do you realize how you're just talking about this like it's no big deal? Like Steve Adubato is a big deal. Like, and his shows are, and he's been around forever. And anybody who knows New Jersey knows who Steve is. I mean, even if you don't know New Jersey, in My 9, I mean, that's gigantic. But you have, and I want to let you continue, but you have such an incredible passion for what you do. You're talking about second grade, third grade. How the heck did you know that at that age you wanted to be in broadcast or media? How did you know that? Who does that? Not a lot. Not a lot of people do that. Understand that at that age.
That's a very good question, because it was before the internet. And I love the age where I had both, right? I maybe got AOL when I was in 4th, 5th grade, but I do remember what it was like not having the internet and everything. So I really don't know. I think because, again, I was so passionate about the New York Giants. I was a big talker. I was getting yelled at all the time by my teachers. I loved reading and writing. So I just figured like that's the career path I would take, something with reading, writing, and talking.
Was there anybody in television who inspired you?
At that time, no, I was just so enamored by the whole thing. So I couldn't say that one broadcaster really stuck out. But growing up, again, I listened to WFAN. So I grew up with Mike and the Mad Dog and Joe Benigno and Steve Summers. So interning there, that being my first stop in media, really was a dream come true.
I think it's such a gift when you know that. I mean, most young adults do not know their career path. Even going through, we spend a lot of money on college, and I, being one of the parents who've done it, spend a lot of money on colleges and trying to help our children understand where they want to go, because a lot of young people do not, and adults don't know where they're going, what the path they're going on. But you're very blessed to have known at a very young age that you wanted to be in media. That's a very special thing. You talk about it like it's normal, but it's not. It's normal. It's normal, abnormal, and it's a wonderful gift.
Yeah.
To know.
I've seen that with so many people, my peers, my cousin who's figuring out what his major is going to be when he enters college in the fall. It's probably one of the only things in my entire life, believe me when I say that has come easy, figuring out what the path is. Now, things along that path certainly have not come easy, and we'll get into that, but at least that knowledge, it did come easy. And I guess people are born with natural gifts and natural talents, and I was lucky enough to realize what mine were.
You were lucky to know. I was the same. I knew I was going. Who knew what an inventor was? I went to college for computer science, but as a child, I didn't know I was an inventor. I developed products all the time. That's what I did. I knew I wanted to reinvent, but I didn't know. I never said to myself, I want to be an inventor when I grow up. That never happened. I just did it because it was the path that I chose. I went to college and did all those things, but I knew that I was always reconfiguring and redesigning ideas. But there was no such thing as being an inventor when you grew up or when you went to college. That didn't exist. So, I just knew that I had the passion, as did you. And that's really what it takes. And you stayed the course. And whether you had mentors or not along the way, I don't know if you had personal mentors, but you had enough passion and desire to focus and find your own way and create this path for yourself, being CEO and founder of your own business, because you had enough belief and again and desire to do what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I will say my mentor in developing Long Chef was Steve Adubato when I worked for him, because when I started with him, and then he ended up eventually hiring me full-time after I graduated, so I spent 3 years with him. And I call that time a paid master's program.
That's awesome.
I got my master's degree without having to crack open a book, because I learned everything there was to know about the business, not just on camera, but off camera, the editing, the pre-production, how to book guests, and then the marketing of everything, the business side. I was Steve's, I always liken it to The Devil Wears Prada, that movie?
Yeah, of course.
I was Anne Hathaway and he was Meryl Streep, because anywhere he went, I was there too. If he was teaching classes at Seton Hall University, I was his assistant, or at Montclair State, I was his assistant. He wrote a book while I was there. I was doing research for him and helping him craft together pieces. And all of that showed me, like, wow, I really can start my own thing, because I do have such love and passion for a variety of different topics and things and mediums. I don't have to be pigeonholed into one thing.
I'm so glad you know that.
Yeah, and when I left in 2009, it really was because everything was going digital. I was recognizing that I didn't have to knock on the doors of major networks to get my name out there, to be a host, to be creative. I could just do my own thing. Produce my own show, get it up on YouTube, promote the hell out of it, and then see where it goes. And that's what I did.
I love it. And it's all about branding and being able to understand that you can. You're such an inspiration on this show. So many people are listening right now, Lisa, and you're speaking all of it, everything that I really try my best to do to tell everyone that when you have a desire and a passion, you can build, create, be, and do whatever you desire. You really do. And it doesn't always take necessarily support from other people, because if you have this tunnel vision and you say, I'm going, you're going. And that's what you've done. You've created this business in your vision from your passion. And maybe it's innate. I don't know what your parents did, but your grandmother or somebody. Typically, you get it from somewhere and somebody else in your family.
Yeah, my father, he is a business owner in technology, nothing to do with this, but I grew up with that. And I remember looking around where I grew up, the block that I grew up in, and a lot of the fathers on the block were business owners.
Mm-hmm.
Someone owned an auto body shop. Someone owned gas stations. My father was in technology. Someone else was a therapist. And someone else was in construction. And for whatever reason, I always equated having your own business as being successful in life.
Yes.
Never thinking because that was never the goal to be a business owner. But at a young age, I just assumed, so-and-so's dad owns a business. Oh, they must be rich and successful. Obviously, that's not the case, but that was always my way of thinking.
Yeah. And, when you do have your own business, and, people used to say, well, sky's the limit. Sky's not the limit. It goes so far beyond that. And you're so right. And that you had a vision, obviously, as a young child, that you could become very, very successful. And you are. You don't have to stop at what anybody tells you where you need to stop. Well, you need to do this and that's it. You don't need to do this and that's it. You can do all things, especially as a powerful woman. And that you are. You're a very powerful woman. You're very inspiring. You're just an amazing person, personality-wise and every otherwise. I mean,
likewise to you too. You are amazing. I love talking with you. Every time I get to, it's always so much fun.
Yeah, no, and thank you so much. And this is what we lift each other up, right? We help each other out. We give each other direction and mentorship every time we speak with one another. And that's what we try to do with other women. And we're not excluding men, but we talk about women a lot because, I mean, we were last of we were always behind.
Exactly.
And still are. And we're trying to bring more women to the forefront.
Yeah.
So my next question, Lisa, is, okay, so are you an inventor?
I wish I could invent a product. I think I've said this to you in the past. My husband and I, we love Shark Tank. Love it. We live for it. And we always say, like, I wish we could invent something. Like, oh, that's so genius. Why couldn't we think of that? So I'm not an inventor in that sense, but I guess you can say that I am an inventor in just my business, creating something out of nothing. I've done that with Hip New Jersey, which is how we came together. I've done that for all of my clients, right? They come to me with an idea and it's up to me to bring it to life in video. So if you want to take it that way, I've invented over 500 things.
You have.
And then I authored a book. I authored my debut novel a couple years ago called 10 Years Later.
Best-selling.
So I guess that's my product. Yeah. And because, again, like I said earlier, I always knew I wanted to be in media, but getting to where I am wasn't the easy part because nobody was there with opportunities on a silver platter. Everything that is on my resume, that if you go to my website, lisamarielatino.com, that you see are things that I had to fight for and work for tirelessly.
So Lisa, you answered my question, and I was asking this. I know all of these things about you, or there are some of these things because there are a lot of things on your brain that I don't know about. But you are an innovator. You invented a show. You created a platform to help people speak their truth and talk about their stories. You are an inventor. You're an innovator. It doesn't mean that you have to create a kitchen tool to be an inventor. You're an innovator. And you've helped so many people to tell their stories. That's a big, big deal. And there are not a lot of people out there like you, Lisa. And, this is why I had to have you on my podcast and, just highlight more about what you do. And let's talk about, so we talked about, Long Shot. Let's talk about Hip New Jersey and those things. What are you doing? You're affiliated also with News 12 now. That's a proud moment. Congratulations. That's giant.
Thank you. And you want to know something? This has become one of my favorite don't give up stories. Because, so Hip New Jersey, the concept was developed back in 2011. Myself and my client at the time, Maria Falzo, who you've met as well.
Yes.
We were working together. I was filming a lot of her events. She was doing car unveilings and grand openings and celebrity appearances, and I was filming all of that. And it was at the height of New Jersey really being in the spotlight with all the reality television shows based on personalities in the state. Some good, maybe some not so good. But we decided that we had so many contacts and content, we could put together a TV show highlighting the best that the state has to offer in food and fashion and real estate and charity, all the good news lifestyle stuff. So we put together something called a Sizzle Reel, and we shopped it around to the local networks, Pix 11, Channel 9, News 12. And everybody was unanimous in their advice, get it online because that's where television is heading toward, which they were right. So we were, I don't want to say dejected from it, but Maria was getting married and having a baby. I was really busy in getting my new studio up and running and long shot clients and making sure everything was okay there. So we kind of shelved the idea for about a year. But then when the Super Bowl was coming, because again, sports girl, and there was a lot of conversation about New Jersey, I approached Maria again and was like, you know what? Let's just get it online. Let's just see where it goes and see where it happens. And we decided to launch when the Super Bowl was here in 2014. We went to all of the Super Bowl parties and we produced video content. We had backlogged content that summer leading up to. We filmed 30-something evergreen segments. So when the site launched, we had things to launch with. And it was really off to the races. We were very quickly known for providing New Jersey lifestyle in a cool, unique way that really wasn't seen throughout any other outlet in the state, because let's be honest, there's only a handful, if that.
Well, I was going to say that, and two women doing this, and especially in sports,
Well, it's not just. I mean, there is some sports, but it's fashion, it's food.
No, but you had your background. You had your background in sports. That's a giant deal, and you understood it, and you were able to have that conversation, and that's a big part of it. You have to be able to have that conversation with other people. So you were very, very esoteric. No, you were very, very broad in your love and your passion for all kinds of media.
Yes.
You were able to talk in the sports arena, the fashion arena, and I mean, and I think that's very, very unique in what most and I'll say women broadcasters, producers are doing, or were doing when you started.
Absolutely. So it just took off from there. In 2018, we were approached by two local cable outlets, Hometown Television, which is shown in parts of Essex, Morris counties, Somerset, and Union. Reaching over 600,000 homes. We were approached by them, and NJ On Air, which streams on Roku and wherever streaming video is available, about a half-hour format show of Hip New Jersey. So that reignited the original vision that we had, which was a television series. So in 2018, we started producing a half-hour show once a month. Then in 2019, everything came full circle because a rep that I work with closely at News 12 in producing television spots came to me one day and said, you finally are getting your wish because News 12 is accepting outside production. I mean, I only ask them every day. And I said, are you kidding?
You're a real slacker, Lisa.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
Yeah, right? And he said that they're rebranding their local and traffic channel, News 12 Local and Traffic, Weather and Traffic, and we're calling it News 12 Plus. And on the weekends, we are accepting outside productions, and we want Hip New Jersey.
That's amazing.
So at the beginning,
did you freak out? I mean,
of course.
Okay.
I'm like, where's the catch?
Yes.
I've had not a ton of moments, but there's some moments in my career it just seemed too good to be true, and that was one of them, because I'm like, I cannot believe it's coming full circle in this way. So we signed the deal at the beginning of 2020 with a launch date of April 4th. Obviously not knowing where the world would be on April 4th.
Sure.
But we launched on April 4th. And a part of me was like, is this the time to launch a television show? But on the other hand, it was the absolute best time because everybody's stuck at home.
That's right.
So HIP New Jersey really put itself in a position to flourish in that time slot. We're on every Saturday at 9 a.m. because all eyeballs will be glued to a television, and it really, really has paid dividends in growing our brand and our message. And I know that when things open back up, we have a laundry list of people and places that want us to come and film, and that's really cool.
And so you're airing on News 12 at 9 a.m.?
Yep, News 12 Plus. So not Channel 12, News 12 Plus, the whole local traffic and weather channel.
Okay,
so
perfect.
It's Optimum. If you have Optimum cable, it's on Channel 61. And if you are on Verizon Fios, it's Channel 530.
Well, that's super exciting news. But you know what you planted the seed. Lisa, and I have to tell you, I mean, your passion, your desire behind everything you wanted to do has come to fruition because of your perseverance and your passion, and you don't stop. And it's so evident, even in the sound of your voice. You know, it really is. And there's no doubt that you will succeed at everything you set forth to do, because you don't even know that you don't take no for an answer. Maybe you do know, but you really don't. You know, you said, I only called every other day, you know, really. And this is such a wonderful message for the listeners, because nothing happens when you don't put the work behind it. You know, hate to tell you, people, you gotta put the work and the effort behind everything you want to do. If you want something to happen, no matter how much love you have for whatever the game you're in, whether you're producing a show or inventing a product, you have to put the work in. I mean, if you watch Shark Tank, like you said that you and your husband do, you know, it's all about how much effort you put in. You want to get it back, you've got to put the work in. And you really do. And you've done it. And your success has come because of your work ethic, your perseverance, your desire. You know, and you were blessed enough to know this from the time you were 9 years, 10 years, a second grade, whatever that is, whatever grade that is, how old you are, were at the time. And you've really made it happen. You know, you've done it. Your team, but I know it came from you first, because you weren't stopping. You didn't have a team when you were in second grade.
No, definitely not. But it's so nice to hear you say that, because I think entrepreneurs, and tell me if you feel that way, it's great when people recognize your hard work and what you've accomplished. But in my eyes, like, I have a long way to go.
Yes, we are all, every single day, especially when you desire to be bigger and, greater and better, so that you can share with other people. Yes, we all have a long way to go. And we are all a work in progress every single day, especially if you want to elevate yourself to the next level. And for me, in order to help other people and be mentors and guides and show other people that they can they can become successful in any venture that they traveled the journey to become. And this is what you do. And I'm so grateful for you, Lisa, because you tell their story and you tell it well.
Yeah. I'm interested in learning about people. I think that's what drives me as an interviewer and host, the on-camera side and the off-camera as well. I just genuinely like to connect with people from all walks of life and figure out who they are, like what they're doing, even if it's an industry that I don't have any interest in or any knowledge of. I just feel that whether it's the president of the United States or a janitor, I would talk to them and treat them and then try and dig as deep.
You like the story. You love the story. You're
Yeah.
interested in other people.
Absolutely.
And it shows. That definitely shows. So, Lisa, I want you to give a shout out to all of your social media platforms, how we can follow you, how people can get in touch with you, how they could share their story with you.
Yeah. I guess the easiest way is to follow me at Lisa Marie Latino across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, because there is where I funnel everything I have going on, from HIF New Jersey to Long Shot to the book to my work with the Giants. That's just the one-stop shop for everything Lisa, I guess. And just shoot me a DM, drop me a message. I'm happy to plug you in as it fits, and we can take it from there.
Thank you. And I love this interview. And my last three questions, and these are all trick in the end. I don't know if you've ever listened to the podcast between my daughter Brittany and myself. She's not been on the show because, of course, we're distancing ourselves, unfortunately. But I have to ask you, Lisa. So, if you were to create a movie, write a movie, what would the name of your movie be?
Oh, boy.
Gotta throw you off, Miss Journalist.
Well, I want my book to be a movie, so 10 years later, but it's not about me. So, you know what?
No, it is about you.
Long Shot.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Because when I created the company, I was 25 years old. What did I know about anything? And it was right at the tail end of the economy being in the toilet, because it was 2009. And obviously the odds were stacked against me. And this is so corny, but this is how I came up with the name. I'm a huge Kelly Clarkson fan. And one day I was brushing my teeth, and the Eminem song "Lose Yourself" came into my head. And in the chorus, he says, "You only get one shot." And I'm like, one shot? And it stuck with me. So I was trying to find a business name. I'm like, one shot. And then I remembered Kelly had a song called Long Shot. So I ran into my room, put the song on, got the lyrics up on the computer, and it spoke to me, because the lyrics say, listen, it's a long shot that this is going to work, but if I don't take the chance, I will never know.
I love it. That sounds like a song. That sounds like a song and a movie and a book.
Yeah. So I was like, that's it. I'm sold. Long Shot has the underdog connotation, the sports connotation. My name is Lisa L, whatever. And that's it. So probably Long Shot. Because
I love it.
Because like I said, nothing in this business was given to me. I really had to work and fight for everything, and that's that long shot mentality. So yeah, Long Shot.
Love it. Okay. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Who would play you in a movie?
So that's really funny. I don't have a person. You know what I would love to do? Again, with that long shot mentality, like I wouldn't want Anne Hathaway to play me in a movie. I would want like a bubbling under indie actress that I can help get their big break.
You're just too angelic, honey. I just love you.
Like I don't.
That's fantastic.
Like right now, I'm obsessed with this show, My Brilliant Friend. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I have not. Is that Netflix?
Okay. It's HBO.
Oh.
And it's about Italy in the 1950s, and you watch these two girls grow. I mean, and it's all Italian actors. It's in subtitles, but it is so beautifully done. The acting is superb. I highly recommend it.
My Brilliant Friend.
Maybe one of those girls, pluck them, teach them an American accent, teach them English, because people don't know them. You know what I mean? Like, I would just want somebody to get their big break with my movie.
I love your benevolence and your transparency. Yeah. I love it. And one more question. If you were stuck in a foxhole and you could not have anybody in your family, nobody related to you, who would you want to be in that foxhole with? And I don't
Huh.
care. It could be a character. Well, I've learned this from some of the answers I've gotten, and it doesn't matter. Who would
So
you
it
want to
can't
be?
be a family member.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Because I would say my husband. Because I really would. Because
Oh.
we have a good relation. No, and that's something, because that's a whole other conversation for another day. But, relationships and love, never came easy with my dating life. And, it's for a reason, because now I have the ultimate. And I really am appreciative, and I really cherish that.
Wow.
But you say it can't be him, though.
Yeah. Okay, so I love that so much that it almost can be him, but not for the purposes that we're doing it.
Not for the purposes.
So, nope. So I love that you would want your husband to be there. But if it could not be, if you were given a choice of anything, any person, any character, any author, any who would that person be, or thing?
Oh, you are stumping me, man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. Is that bad that I don't know?
No, it's not bad.
I mean, 16-year-old Lisa would have said Derek Jeter. Just to be foxhole.
Yeah, but what could Derek do for you besides the obvious? Okay.
What could Derek do for me? Well, Derek is very hardworking.
Yeah, Derek is very hardworking. He could play some baseball down there. He's cute. You could look at him for a few hours, and then
but I mean, he's loyal. I think he's entrepreneurial.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would help me get out of the foxhole. I don't know. I'll just stick with Derek, I guess.
And that's what it's all about. It's the person getting you out, because you don't want to stay there.
No, I think because Derek, he had a dream. His dream from a young age, just like my dream was to be in media at second grade, his was to be shortstop of the New York Yankees. And he worked tirelessly and achieved that, and then some. Now he's the owner of the Florida Marlins, Miami Marlins. Mm-hmm. And I think he would work hard with me to get out of there. He wouldn't be lazy about it.
So, good choices, and you are 16 at heart. Right?
Yeah,
and you look like you're 16. You said a 16-year-old would say this. But you're a little bit older than 16, but you're wise. You're so intuitive, and you know people. And you dig deep. So I think all of your choices, no matter who they are great.
Yeah.
And I love this interview so much, and I cannot tell you how much the listeners will get out of it. And this is what it's all about. You're giving a great this is a wonderful topic. It's not superficial, it's deep. Which I love, and this is what people want to hear. How you got your start, and you've been doing it for such a long time, and really love having the love and the passion for everything that you're doing. So I love having you, Lisa Marie, my namesake.
Oh, thank you, Lisa Marie.
And let's definitely do this again. And before we wrap, please, again, give all of your social media platforms. How does everybody get in touch with you, and the name of your business, and let's get people reaching out to you and you reaching out to them.
Yeah, the best way is Lisa Marie Latino, at Lisa Marie Latino, across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can check me out at lisamarielatino.com. This was one of my quarantine projects to get my website updated and up and running. So I'm happy to plug that out. And through the website, you can contact me, or through my social media channels. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about the business, if you want to do business, if you want to pitch yourself for HIP New Jersey or anything else that we're working on. That would be great.
Lisa, thank you so much for being on the Inventors Podcast. I can't wait to connect with you and hug you not just virtually, just hug you in person, and that's going to happen real soon. So Thanks again, sweetheart. God bless you. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening.
Yes, you too. God bless you. Please stay healthy and safe. And thank you so, so much for inviting me on your podcast.
You're very welcome. God bless. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. So I have to say that was a wonderful interview. Thank you so much, Lisa Marie, for being on our show. And you have all of her social media platforms, and we will definitely have her back on again. She's very informative, and what an amazing accomplishment for her to be on News 12. She started out at, as you heard, a local network, and this was her passion from the time she was 9 years old. So keep on listening, guys, to the Inventors Podcast for great entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, and just blessed enough to have these people who are wise enough to share their information with you. If you'd like to know how to get on my show, you know how to reach me. My website, inventingatoz.com. Email me, inventingatoz.com. You could 100% call my office, and you'll always get a return phone call. 732-647-5433. You can certainly listen to us on Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and every social media platform. So until next time, please continue lifting each other up 2 hands at a time, and sometimes you just got to use your foot. Until next time, peace.